The other night you mentioned that you don't really pay attention to things in the moment in terms of stat lines and accomplishments. You're just trying to win and help your teammates. But is there an extra level of awareness when you are about to close out a series, especially a sweep, that kind of makes you play at an entirely, completely different level?
I'm trying to play at the same level. Trying to make plays throughout the course of the game to help our team be successful. The closeout game is always the most difficult game, obviously. I've been on both sides, so I understand the desperation from the opposing team and the team from us, just trying to keep our composure and figuring out ways we can close the series out. So, but we come in with the same game plan, execute, some of our adjustments that we want to do going into game 4, put ourselves in position to win.
Were you ever hack a Shaq before?
Say it again?
Were you ever hack a Shaq before until the last game?
I wasn't no hack a Shaq. No, they was fouling because they needed more possessions.
All right.
It's a totally different thing.
All right, but you were having your trouble a little bit that time.
Yeah, that's fine. They put me on the line, teams will pay for it.
Okay. Whether you could break an NBA record by winning your 21st consecutive first-round game tomorrow?
I don't care about records, man. If it happens throughout the course of my journey, then I'm well appreciative of it, but I don't go into games or go into series talking about let's break records. That's not what I'm about. I'm about winning games, and that's all that matters.
LeBron, I talked about the film session today and watching both the first half and the second half, and obviously it was a tale of two halves. Do you get more from one or the other?
You can get some from both, positive and negatives. As negative it may seem from the first half, we did some really positive things. Just didn't result in good execution at the end of the day. But they did a great job of coming out and just putting it to us in the first half. Settled down in the second half, got more to our game plan, got more to our DNA, and was able to weather the storm.
Is there any reason why the three was going so much and the foul shots have not?
For who?
You made 4 out of 8, I think, in the last quarter.
I don't know. It just happens sometimes. I'm not perfect.
16 for 29. I don't want to be a downer about it, but that's what your figures at the line are.
I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect.
Not worried about that.
Worried about what?
Free throw.
No.
Not mental or anything like that?
No.
What's the physical toll like stepping off the court after playing the entire second half?
It's taxing, but mentally I'm sharp. If your mind is fresh and your mind is sharp, then the mental and the physical fatigue kind of subside in a day or so. So I got another day today to recover, get my body right, and I'm going right to the hotel, start my treatment session, and get ready for it tomorrow afternoon.
You look at that lineup that you were with that won the game. Most of those guys individually don't have reputations as great defenders, but you guys played great defense. What was the dynamic going on?
I guess at the end of the day, reputation don't mean anything. It's about being out there and been on the string, playing for your brother, and guys that want to win. There's always a perception of. Perception is not always reality. So we put ourselves in a position to win. And that's all that matters.
Sorry, you've always talked about liking playing on the road. And the way this year's gone with injuries and not everyone always being there, how has this trip been for the team to be together?
It's been great. Every trip we get an extended period of time in one city, it's always good for us. Just come together and do some things off the floor. And we've been able to watch some of the other playoff games and take care of our bodies at the same time. So just a mentally strong, last couple of days that we've had, being here.
Hey, Brian, on your elbow catches or post catches, and you're finding 3 guys, but you've talked about it before in the past, but the real-time checklist that you're going through so fast, can you run us through it, what you're looking for?
I think it all starts with knowing the set, knowing exactly, where everyone should be and where everyone is going to be, and knowing every option. You have to be able to dive into the playbook and knowing, certain things are going to happen before they happen, and knowing the movement of your players and the movement of your teammates. So I'm able to be a step ahead of that because I know exactly what's going on, even when I'm not even looking at the guys behind me. So, just trying to stay above the curve and just knowing what's going on the floor. So, if I'm a step above the curve, when the set is going on, then I'm gonna put the ball on time, on target to my teammates, and they can do what they do best.
And you're seeing the other 9 guys.
Yeah, I know what's going on at all times. Though it doesn't always result in what I want. Like, in game 2 I had 8 turnovers, and 6 of them at halftime, but, for the most part it works in my favor, like having 0 turnovers in game 3 in the second half.
When you were with Miami, did you guys practice here? You know the history of this place, though, right?
Never been here. It's my first time here.
Ron, what does having Dante around do for you guys?
True professional, a guy that would do any and whatever to help this team win. From if he's never called upon to if he's called upon for 20 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes. Like you seen in the finals last year, and like you seen at the end of the half last game. He always stays ready, keeps his body in shape, keeps his mind fresh, and the guy's gonna work on his craft every day. And great teammate. So it's great to have him around. I wish he was around much longer than what he's been here, but happy to have him around.
12 threes you shot. You hit 3. How much of that was defense giving you? How much that shot at this stage?
I don't hunt it. I just play the game. Just play the game, and every game is different. Like I tell you guys, every game is different. Every game comes with different challenges and different circumstances. So I don't know. It's just how I feel. Sometimes the game goes in a favor where I can shoot more threes. Sometimes our team is casting up a bunch of threes, and I don't feel like I need to be a part of that. I need to be the one who's getting the ball in the paint. So every game is different.
What was the key to cleaning up those turnovers in the second half? Was Coach Lou
Us as a team?
Yeah.
Just putting the ball on time, on target. Being very precise with our offensive movement, our offensive keys, and executing that.
Last one, Dave.
The 3 you hit to cut it to 6 in the third. It seemed to be a big momentum. There's still a ton of time left.
Which one?
The deeper one to cut it to 6. Did you feel a swing at that point? You were smiling and backpedaling down the court.
Yeah, I felt the swing. You could feel the swing from the crowd. The crowd will tell you. The opposing player's body language will tell you when the swing is happening. I'm not sure if you're a card player or a gambler, but you ever been to Vegas and you play blackjack or you play some of those card games, you never see when the table turns, and hopefully you're on the right side of it. So we was on the right side of it in Game 3.